Drums, basses, new synths, vintage synths, and more. In this video, I'm looking at over 50 of the best free VST instruments available in 2021. And I'm going to be doing audio tests for each one. I'm Zane, welcome to Audio Tech TV, where it's my goal to help you conquer the tech so you can unleash your creativity. Links to all of the free VST instruments mentioned in this video are down in the description, and first up on the list is Zebralette from Yuhi. Zebralette, aka Mini Zebra, is a stripped-down version of the very popular Zebra 2 synth from Yuhi. It features just one of the Zebra 2 oscillators, but you can still create some incredible sounds with it. It also comes with 300 factory presets. You can get Zebralette on Mac, Windows, and Linux. Next up is Odin 2 from the Wave Warden. This is a really nice free synth plugin. It has a great analog sound that isn't based on any one synth, but instead it gives you the sounds from various classic synths. It includes a ton of presets so you can easily find a nice starting point, and it helps you to get used to it. You can get Odin 2 on Mac, Linux, and Windows. At number 3 on the list is Tal Noisemaker from Togu Audio Line. This is a virtual analog synth that features a small effect section with a reverb, chorus, and a simple bit crusher effect. There's also a ring modulator and a syncable triangle. You can get this on Windows and Mac. Next on the list of best free VST instruments of 2021 is Tonetta Blue from Flanders Tech. This is a semi-modular 8-voice polyphonic synth. The front of the plugin has a fairly clean and easy to use interface, and then the back is where you can do the fun modular stuff. You get a small amount of presets to get you started, and Tonetta Blue is only available as a 64-bit VST3 plugin on Windows. Up next is Vital from Matt to Tal. This is a spectral warping wavetable synthesizer, and Vital has a drag and drop modulation workflow that allows you to quickly design your own sounds, or the free version also comes with 75 presets that you can use as starting points. You can get Vital on Mac, Windows, and Linux. The next free VST instrument on the list is MT Power Drumkit 2. This is a virtual drummer style plugin offering you the realistic sound of a drum kit that can be ideally suited in pop, rock, country, and metal productions. MT Power Drumkit 2 also includes some decent grooves that provide a great starting point for your songs, and you can get this one on Mac, Windows, and Linux. Seventh on the list of best free VST instruments is Esfera 2 from Beat Assist. Esfera 2 is designed for the creation of dark atmospheres, soundscapes, effects, and pads. It has 3 mini synths, 1 for low frequency and 2 for atmospheres. It includes 5 sound banks created by beatassist.eu and others. Esfera 2 is available on Windows only. Next up on the list is the Surge synthesizer. This is a subtractive hybrid synth with 3 oscillators, a filter block, modulation, and effects. This was once a commercial paid-for synth, but now it's open source and available to you for free. Surge is available on Linux, Windows, and Mac. Next on the list is another free VST instrument from Yuhi. This is Tyrell N6. This one is a compact synth that's based on a design that's similar to the Roland Juno 60. It was created by Yuhi for a German magazine, and you can get Tyrell N6 on Mac and Windows. Alright, we're now at number 10 on the list, but before I get to the next free VST instrument, I just want to ask if you're enjoying this video so far and getting some value out of it, can you please give it a thumbs up? It really helps my channel out and I appreciate it so much. Now, the next best free VST instrument of 2021 is the Surrealistic MG-1 from Cherry Audio. This is an emulation of the realistic ConcertMate MG-1, which was designed by Tandy and Moog music engineers, and it was sold at Radio Shack stores from 1982 to 1983. It includes 130 presets to get you started, and you can get the Surrealistic MG-1 on both Mac and Windows. Alright, here's another free drum kit plugin. This one is the Slate SSD 5.5 free plugin. This is a great sounding free drum plugin. It comes with 3 kits and several grooves. You get all of the features of the full plugin, but you only have access to those 3 kit presets. If you're after great sounding drums, give the Slate SSD 5.5 free drum plugin a try. It's available on Mac and Windows. Up next is Modulair from Full Bucket Music. Modulair is a modular polyphonic software synthesizer. There are 55 modules available and you can have up to 18 modules per patch. It's still being developed, so there aren't too many presets yet, but you can get Modulair on Windows and Mac. Next on the best free VST instruments of 2021 is a classic. This is Synth 1. This one's been around for quite a while, but it's still one of my go-tos. Synth 1 has been modeled after the Clavia Nordlead 2 Red Synth. It's 64-bit and comes with 128 presets. You can get Synth 1 on Mac and Windows. At number 14 is Ample Bass P-Lite 2. This plugin aims to bring the sound of the Fender Precision bass to your home studio. It can do hammer-ons, pull-offs, slapping, and many other bass playing styles. Ample Bass P-Lite 2 is available on Windows and Mac. Next up on the list is Lokomotiv from Archetype Instruments. This one is fairly basic. It's a single oscillator, has a nice clean layout, and it's a very small download. Despite its size, you can get some pretty big sounds out of this synth. You can get Lokomotiv on Windows and Mac. Up next is the Martinic Kee Bass. If you want to add some cool vintage bass sounds to your tracks, then this one is for you. It's an emulation of the 60s Ream Kee Bass instrument, which was one of the first monophonic string bass simulators. You can get the Martinic Kee Bass on Windows and Mac. Next on the list of best free VST instruments is Mausynth from Pekka Kappala. This one is a polyphonic analog modeling subtractive synthesizer, and it has a fairly clean user interface if you get the steel skin, and it's capable of creating some great sounds. You can get Mausynth on Windows only. Up next is Nils K1V from Nils Schneider. This is another Rompler plugin that's an accurate emulation of the Kawai K1 synth from 1988. It includes 768 presets with search capabilities. You get the original factory presets, plus all the ROM cards. All of the presets can be edited so you can dial in your own custom sounds too. You can get the Nils K1V on Mac, Windows, and Linux. The next plugin on the list is Hanon B70 from Lost in 70s. This is a very nice emulation of the classic Hammond B3 organ. It gives you the emulation of 91 tone wheels that rotate permanently, plus a Leslie and tube power amp. If you want that classic organ sound, Hanon B70 delivers. You can get it on Mac and Windows. Number 20 on the list of best free VST instruments is Pendulate from Newfangled Audio and Eventide. Pendulate is a monosynth that uses a new oscillator design to produce sounds that are different from any other synth. It has a cool look and it gives you some big, bold sounds. You can get Pendulate on Mac and Windows. Up next is Komplete Start from Native Instruments. This is actually a bundle of several high-quality free plugins. You get several synth plugins in the Contact Player, Reactor Player, plus more. It's an awesome bundle that you should definitely grab. You can get Komplete Start on Windows and Mac. The next free VST instrument on the list is Cassette Roads from Sample Science. If you want a lo-fi e-piano sound, this one is for you. It gives you the sound of an electric piano that's being recorded onto a cassette tape. You can get Cassette Roads on Windows only. Alright, here's another great free VST instrument from Yuhi. This one is Podolski. This one has one oscillator, one filter, one envelope, and an arpeggiator/sequencer. It's simple but has a few tricks up its sleeve, and it comes with 520 presets. You can get this one on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Up next is Helm from Matt to Tal. This one is another one that's been around for quite a while, but it's still worth getting because it sounds great. Helm is a polyphonic subtractive style synth with an easy to manipulate modulation system. You can get Helm on Windows, Mac, and Linux. The next free VST instrument on the list is Tal Bassline. This is a virtual analog bass synthesizer. It's a pretty easy synth to use, the user interface is well laid out, and the synth is capable of some nice big warm analog sounds. You can get Tal Bassline on Mac and Windows. Alright, next on the list is Fury 800 from Full Bucket Music. This is a synth simulation of the classic Korg Poly 800 from 1983. You can have up to 64 voices of polyphony, and it really sounds like a great recreation of the classic 80s synth. Fury 800 is available on Mac and Windows. Up next is Voltage Modular Nucleus from Cherry Audio. This is a very nice free modular synth. It includes a collection of 22 modules and over 170 presets. You can get this plugin on both Windows and Mac. Next up are the Labs plugins from Spitfire Audio. This is actually a collection of over 30 instruments, and these are great for film scoring or for adding some real-world instrument sounds to your projects. You can get the Spitfire Audio Labs plugins on both Windows and Mac. The next free VST instrument on the list is Cobalt from Leslie Sanford. This one is inspired by hybrid synths of the 80s and is capable of creating some big 80s sounds. You can get Cobalt on Windows only. At number 30 on the list is Dext from Digital Suburban. This is an FM style synth that's been modeled after the very popular Yamaha DX7. It can read and write the DX7 patches, and you can find a lot of great DX7 patches for free. Dext is available on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Up next is Keys of the 70s from Lost in 70s. This plugin gives you some of the classic sounds from a couple of e-pianos, vibraphone, and a piano. It also has onboard reverb, tremolo, and chorus effects, along with a tube amp cabinet sim overdrive section and more. You can get the Keys of the 70s plugin on both Windows and Mac. Next on the list is the Rhythmix Drum Machine plugin. You get 16 MPC style pads, and you can edit the sample in each pad however you like. You also get a 16-step sequencer built right into Rhythmix, allowing you to generate rhythms quickly by either clicking or recording your performance on the MPC pads. Rhythmix is available on Mac and Windows. The next free VST instrument on the list is the BBC Orchestra plugin from Spitfire Audio. Now, if you need to get it right away, it's going to cost you $49. Or you can get it for free if you don't mind waiting 14 days. Just click on the Or Free button, fill out the form, and wait for your free plugin to arrive in your email. It's well worth the wait as you get a full 33 instrument orchestra at your fingertips. You can get it on both Mac and Windows. Next up is Ohmforce Melohman Symptohm PE. Now this is an easy to use synth plugin that includes over 1,200 presets, giving you the same sounds as the premium paid for version. It's available on Mac and Windows. Up next is OBXD from Disco DSP. This is based on the Oberheim OBXD. It was designed to sound as good and as rich as the original, but it adds some unique modern features. It's free, but they also have an optional donation of $49 on their website, so you can choose to do that if you want. You can get it on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Next up is the Charlatan synth from Blaukraut. This is a polyphonic subtractive virtual analog synthesizer with the focus on sound quality and easy usability. It comes with a flexible yet not overwhelming feature set, which encourages you to start tweaking the knobs instead of just relying on presets. You can get it on Windows only. The next free VST instrument is the VK1 Viking from Blamsoft. This is an emulation of the Moog Voyager, which is a classic monophonic analog synthesizer. It comes with 228 presets to get you started, and you can get the VK1 Viking on Mac and Windows. Up next is High Poly from High Plugins. This is a subtractive polyphonic synth. The free version is a feature-reduced version of the full High Poly plugin. It's not a trial or a demo, so there's no nag screens or anything. Just make sure you download the free version and not the demo of the full version. It's capable of creating some big analog sounds and comes with a small selection of presets. You can get High Poly free on Windows and Mac. And here's another free VST instrument from Yuhi. This one is Triple Cheese. This one takes pride in not having traditional oscillators or wavetables, no FM or phase distortion, and no analog modeled filters in this one. This is its own unique thing. Give it a go for some new and different sounds. You can get it on Mac, Windows, and Linux. The 40th plugin on the list is Ample Guitar M-Lite 2. This gives you the sound of a Martin D41 acoustic guitar. It has real strum samples with 28 ways to play every chord. There are several humanization settings, and you can get Ample Guitar M-Lite 2 on Mac and Windows. Up next is Tuxedo from Reflect Audio. This is a great sounding spacey grand hall piano plugin. It can deliver a very convincing real piano sound or use some of the onboard effects to create something totally unique. You can get Tuxedo on Mac and Windows. The next plugin on the list is Sample Tank 4 Custom Shop from IK Multimedia. This is a free version of Sample Tank 4 that includes 50 virtual instruments with over 4 GB of virtual instrument sounds. And it also includes a mixer with 70 effects, effects sends, plus a master bus. Sample Tank 4 CS is available on Mac and Windows. Next on the list is WaveRaiser LE from Traction. This is the free version of WaveRaiser, which is a modern synth. It has a patented oscillator design that utilizes a new form of synthesis to produce biting leads, glitched out basses, cinematic pads, and everything in between. You can get WaveRaiser LE on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Up next is Music Box Suite Free from Frozen Plane. You can use this to create realistic music box sounds or create some new sounds with it. Music Box Suite Free has a nice clean user interface allowing you to easily manipulate the sounds to your liking. You can get Music Box Suite Free on Mac and Windows. Next up on the list is Synthmaster Player Free. This is a simplified version of Synthmaster with limited editing capabilities. If you prefer to work with presets so you can just get down to making music without fussing with controls, this version of Synthmaster is for you. It comes with 500 factory presets and you can get it on Windows and Mac. Next on the list is Exakt Lite from Sonic Bits. It has 4 operators which can be arranged in the classic 8 FM algorithms. Each operator has different waveforms such as the basic sine, saw, square, and triangle, and you can get Exakt Lite on Windows and Mac. Alright, up next is Tunefish. This one is tiny in size, but big in sound. It can produce audio quality that's comparable to commercial synth plugins. You can get Tunefish on Mac, Windows, and Linux. The next free VST instrument is Collab 3 from Sampleson. Collab 3 is a detailed reproduction of the Hanon B3 tone wheel organ, including noises, clicks, leakage, rotary speaker, and tone wheel. Also included are onboard chorus and reverb effects. It's available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. Next up is Tricent MK3 from Big Fish Audio. This is a simulation of the Korg classic Trident MK2 that was originally released in 1982. It features a synthesizer, brass, and string section. It has several presets, and if you're into that 80s synth sound, give the free full bucket music Tricent MK3 a try. It's available on Mac and Windows. Now, if you want to check out even more free VST plugins, click up here, or click down here to see what YouTube recommends. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching for Audio Tech TV. I'm Zane, keep creating, and we'll talk soon.